GotFrag.com.
So here we go, we're going live.
Yeah, train yard A there, and you can see right in the middle, again, that's the inner bomb site, as Mark referred to it, and the outer bomb site. We've got our nice little scoreboard ready to go here. Match has gone live, so we're getting started on our first round. Looks like EMG is on the offense, although, okay, it's going to restart one more time here. EMG is going to be on the offense on the red terrorist side. PK, as they've used, and I like that a lot better. It's easier to say. PK is on the defensive side here. We'll see how they set up. I'm looking forward to this pistol round. We'll see if they use a distinct setup. It looks like Fear is working the inner bomb site right now with CFX. Sinister is going to play the middle, and Amico, well, never mind. I was going to take some strategy from it, but it looks like EMG decided to kill each other instead. They weren't ready to go. But I think PK was actually setting up, so I'm not wrong. Their defense was right. They were setting up. Fear's going to play the inner bomb site.
It looks like he might even play it alone.
There's a potential for that. Yeah, it looked like CFX wasn't actually moving into position there. So yeah, Fear may play this alone. We'll see how they set it up. And again, will they play the CT pistol round the same as they play the rest of the round strategy?
No, he's there with CFX.
Okay, so I was right. Okay. So it looks like we've got that set up now. They're playing very far passively, and it looks like EMG is going to push up into the outer bomb site first. Bomb going towards the alley right now, and right behind, who was that, Naz?
Oh, they're just destroying them with block fire. You know, Evolution pushing the Z, and then Naz, along with the rest of his teammates, just running down the back hall.
Naz is actually Steno, for those who are curious. Steno's first name is Nazir, so that is Naz right now that we were following. Now we're in front of Miko, who is in the Z hallway right now, and Naz, Steno is right behind him, going to flank him here, and there he goes. Takes him out. So that is the first round as the pistol round goes to EMG on a nice little upper bomb site rush.
Yeah, they just
kind of slowly did that. They had sent 3 guys out the middle, 2 guys from alley. The second guy who was going alley had the bomb. And again, we're setting up here for the next round.
And looks like Phrenetik is just trying to pick off some early frags here. EMG's looks there stacked by the ladder coming down by the pop dog train. There's one frag from Naz.
Looks like EMG is just trying to play this slow. They're looking for a rush from PK. PK decided not to come, though. They played very passively, and EMG is just going to try to pick them apart here. It looks like we haven't seen very many weapons spot. Most of EMG staying with their USPs.
Well, and the thing about this is that not buying guns means that if you get surprised by a stack, you don't lose anything. But at the same time, you don't have the same fragging power that you would otherwise. So it's a total toss-up.
Yeah, I'm actually probably would have been in favor of PK there to rush and try to press with that because with only USPs, it would have been a lot more difficult to repel a rush from them. So not a lucky break there in the first round.
Here comes Fear creeping.
Yep. Oh, nice little flank.
It gets a flank, but does not able to convert. And now it's a lot versus a little. And EMG continuing their pistol work there. Bombs down on top of Pop Dog. Asian got it.
Yep, and there goes another save round. Again, 2 save rounds in a row, both of them in order for PK to buy here. So they'll have full M4s ready to go, potentially ops if they want them. And we'll see what PK's actual setup is going to be after the first 2 save rounds are done here in the opening map of the KODE5 USA Finals. Looks like Sinister's, again, playing in the inner bomb site. Fear playing lower. Again, he's pushing, so see how that plays out.
Here comes the EMG stacking in that alley, but Amico, XBT, cleaning up outside. And there you go. Oh, Naz on top of the
nice
platform.
Deny. Yep. Again, they're not keeping them honest in that lower bomb site. Fear has flanked 2 straight rounds now, and when he does that, that allows CFX, who is already rotated out of the inner bomb site, to not really have to worry about it.
Right. They're making it a one-bomb site game.
Exactly. If they don't keep them honest, and that's EMG, if they don't keep them honest in that lower bomb site, which is on the bottom of your screen right there, or the inner bomb site, if they don't keep them honest there, they're going to get themselves in trouble. So here they go. They finally realize that, and they're going to push down there.
Right, so now Fear kind of smelled that out. He's falling back towards the CT spawn, and on top of one of those back trains, doing a little spam work there, and now EMG is holding in the white halls, Bomb is on the stairs going down into the inner site. And Fear and CFX are set up, Fear and Sinister are set up very well for this.
Yeah, Mark, I'm not so sure I like this because they've basically triggered to them. They've said, okay, well, we're going to go slow. The last 2 times we went fast, we went the outer bomb site. Well, of course you're going to go the inner bomb site. You're going slow now. So this lack of organization on the strategy seems a little interesting. But you know what? You can erase that real quick with some nice entry frags. As 2 entry frags picked up by EMG there, and now they're basically walking into this site.
Right, well, their setup there was so that they could get instantly picked off. I think that was, maybe poor positioning on their part, especially without ops. I mean,
exactly.
They were set up for like playing with ops without ops, and that's just a dangerous proposition.
It's a strategy you see more with Fraud and say, I forgot who normally plays there with him. It used to be Sunman, but Fraud would play out there in that similar positioning with an op, and we didn't see that from them. Both those guys played it that way, but didn't have the ops to go with it. So that ended up being easy picks for EMG as they walk into the site, pick up a 4-1 lead right now. In money situations,
EMG's aim is on fire. I mean, we saw that with their pistol rounds shots. So
8-3 score there for Steno. That's again, Naz is Steno. Steno's first name is Nazir, so that's who that is. Again, we talked about Steno to start with, the team leader for EMG and really their main focal guy. The guy we're talking about, we used in the same breath as Moto to start this tournament. So now EMG basically setting up here. Naz, again, Steno in the middle with 3 of his teammates in ladder room and one of them coming out the alley. The alley guy got dominated, but here comes the 3 guys out ladder.
All right, so and Naz just picked up a guy through smoke. Sinister is now in the back dark area of train fighting with Naz on that 6th train, and now he's by Bomb. There's Naz. Took a little damage there.
2 big frags there from Fear coming from the flank. Fear again flanking yet again, and that's causing big problems for EMG. It's been the Fear show again all throughout this event. Now it's a one-on-one situation. Fear retreating, headed back towards Alley with Naz, Steno. This has been the 2 best players so far in this game for each respective team. Fear on that flank and Steno leading the way for the team. So this is going to be a big one-on-one.
Fear knows the bomb is down in front of the bomb train, and Naz does not know where Fear is. And
there it is.
And that's the 3 third-place finishes with rivals showing right there. He knew where Naz was. He knew where Steno was. He knew where the bomb was. And he's like, look, I'm going to go to a place where he's not going to expect me.
That's absolutely right.
You saw from that, he looked that way, but was not honestly expecting him to be there.
And let me add, that was a critical round.
Critical.
If PK loses that round, they're in a must-save situation. They bought out that round before, and it looks like we have a strong push towards the inner bomb site here. They're going to go right after Fear. They're tired of him flanking. They're going to come right at him this time. Instead of letting him get in a one-on-one, they're going to try to take him out early. But again, if they lose that round, they have to save, so important.
All right, so now Fear is he threw a flashbang up there, but he's about to get attacked here by every single person from EMG. Sinister up top takes out 1. Fear underneath takes down 1, but it's just, wow, they collapsed on that site very well.
Yeah, again, that slow push, I talked about that earlier. They moved slowly into that bomb site, and PK was able to rotate quickly because they knew there wasn't any pressure to the outside bomb site, so they were like, okay, let's all stack the inside bomb site. So EMG has been very predictable early on. Their execution of their strategies has been very poor, and now they're forced into a save round after losing 2 straight.
And so they're all outside. No one's been fragged yet, but there they go. Everyone's dropped, and now
3 kills for Sinister.
And it's going to be here. Yep, 4-4. It's all tied up, folks.
So 10-5 score right now for Fear. 9-6 for Steno as the 2 main guys, and they squared up in that one important one-on-one, and Fear got the better of him. So, again, he has got the better score right now on the scoreboard. But, again, both teams tied up at 4-4, so all squared up. EMG has the money now to buy. Looks like they're setting up for a 2-1-2. Naz against Steno playing the middle spot with the bomb. The Asian and Che playing in the ladder room. Evolution, and I didn't see the last one.
Nothing down there in the alley.
Yep.
And here you're seeing them on the screen. They're trying to boost over these boxes on the alley, trying to get a peek down to the guys playing in the dark area, but they're not able to. We've got Steno kind of trying to pick in the middle. Asian from the ladder gets Miko on the tower as Evo and Nothing are pushing out from the alley here. Oh, TK by Fear, but as Evo dies in the dark area to Fear, Che's out middle with an off. We said it was going to be important for him and Evo to get going with them. And now it's a 3-on-2. Sinister and CFX are down by the bomb train as Che is looking around the map trying to get a
nice pick by Sinister right there. That's an important pick. That makes it 2-on-2. The bomb is down, though, right in front of the train yard. So we're looking at a 2-on-2 situation. And we've got an overhead now of what's going on. Looks like we got another pick there from Evolution. So Che and Evolution. Oh, but Sinister's going to answer back. So now 1-on-1, Sinister versus Che.
And Che's got an op, and Sinister's got a Colt. Che's got to get the bomb. Now he's got AK, so now he's got to get the bomb. He's got to plant it. And Sinister is trying to play. Oh,
nice pick.
Nice kind of balls to the wall there by Che, and was able to get the frag.
Che decided to hold. He decided that instead of planning, I'm going to wait, and that allowed him to basically wait for Sinister to peek. And when Sinister came out, he was dead
right,
meat.
And that put the score at a 5-4 in favor of EMG. So now it looks like they're going fast. Che runs outside quickly, running down the side hall there, trying to go to attack PK in the dark area, but CFX was in position. He's underneath the 5 train. He's actually underneath Che right now. There he goes.
Nice movement by Che around the trains. Oh, and picks up a second one. Nice move.
Che almost got that was almost like 4 or 5 kills there.
Yeah, he was working on a third right there in a row with the guy underneath the train, but not able to pick it up. But EMG is going to take the round.
6-4 in favor of EMG. And look, if they keep doing these fast strats and keep PK off guard, but they're going to be in good position because the thing is when they do slow strats, they let Phrenetik get into position. They get in trouble.
Save round here for PK as they've lost the last 2 in a row. Actually, I think the last 3 in a row. So now they're in a situation where EMG is going to clean up this round, make it 7-4 as they're pulling out a little bit of an advantage. PK unable to answer those upper rushes that you talked about. And I think largely because they've stopped that pressure. They were having success early on with Fear pushing. Now that Fear stopped pushing those last 3 rounds, they've been losing them. So, again, Fear got out to a quick 10 frags, but we haven't seen anything since in the last couple rounds. That's been noticeably absent.
Right, and Amico and CFX definitely need to be stepping up their game here. An early pick from CFX on Naz in the middle drops the bomb, and now it's a 4-on-5, but it's split with Asians coming back to the middle, so they're now doing a 2-1-1 with the bomb down in the middle. XPT is actually up in the sniper area watching it. Nice coverage, though, on that alley. Fear peeks, gets Che in the middle, so now it's the 2 guys on the alley. CFX drops Evolution there.
Again, 4 people there in the upper bomb site for PK as they were able, the outer bomb site, as they basically allowed Fear to remain alone, but Asian going clutch, picks up quite a few frags there, I believe 3 in a row. 3 big frags for Asian and makes it a 4th to end it. That's 4 frags in that round for Asian as he goes huge.
That was impressive. That is why you want this guy on your team. I thought, Phrenetik had it. They had great coverage and just could not frag.
That was their round. Asian stole that round from Phrenetik, plain and simple, took that round away from him, and now EMG is going to roll with this momentum as PK is forced again to save. They're all flanking in the ladder room, but Evolution's waiting there on top of the train right outside the ladder room.
XPT is looking around here by the ladder, see if he can get anything, but runs into Asian, who's sitting in the ladder room. And now, I would stay as far away from this guy as I can. I mean, we saw last round how explosive he is. I mean, Sinister is now saving an op.
Yeah, I believe they picked that up from the one player who died, which is Che.
That Fear killed. And then, now Fear and Sinister are kind of hanging out in the inner bomb site. Ooh, nice frag by... Yeah, this is not the time to get greedy.
Yeah, again, they have a little bit of a cushion right now money-wise, and again, being on the offensive side, on the terrorist side, there's extra money to be had because of how cheap the AK is, but you can't afford to give up weapons, and that's what EMG is doing right now, hoping to deny
Fear picked up another frag there on...
And he's going to be able to pick up a weapon there, potentially, from the AMG player who died. I think he just did, but he died from the bomb trying to go...
So did Naz, though, so only nothing survived that round with his gun.
So that's 4 weapons that are going to have to be purchased by EMG this round. That could potentially hurt them here if they were to lose these last couple of rounds. Again, we're going to MR15, not MR12, which we'd already be past at this point.
It's all right, man. I'm not going to fault you for your math.
I'm just saying. we got a couple more rounds to go here, and that's going to maybe play into it here at the end if PK can put themselves in a position here.
Right, and EMG is now kind of collapsed on the outside,
nice
but
play.
XPT and Amico, who are underneath this sniper tower, have been manning that position and just blowing people away. Evolution with an op from the alley picks up Amico and now is looking around, but Che is also fragging for the thing, picks up XPT but taken down by Fear. It's a 2-on-3. Asian's going inside with the bomb. And now they're way out of position.
Yeah, this is going to be dangerous. Evolution is now in the alley right now, retreating quickly towards the... He's going to meet up with Fear here in the spawn. The bomb is down with Asian. Oh, Evolution managed to get past Fear.
He got tagged.
He did get hit, but Asian is now all alone, and they know it in the inner bomb site. If they can rush this and get it, no, Evolution's already there, though. He's managed to retreat fairly quickly. Nice move there.
CFX close range op underneath the train, but now it's an Evolution versus 3. Fear sneaking up behind him. Oh, but CFX is just going to take him out.
Oh, Sinister died dropping to the bomb. little world spawn there. So looks like the free defuse there for CFX because of it. So now we're going into a 9-5 score into the last round, and we'll see if EMG can finish this off strong and make it 10-5.
Yeah, this is gonna be hard here for PK, even if they win this round, because of the T side on this map is more difficult than the CT side. Just simply based on, the rotations between the two sites. So now EMG is collapsed. Nothing ran across outside. He's going to get snuck up behind from Fear. Oh!
Nice.
Manages to take that out.
That's a strong little play right there by Nothing. That was an impressive reaction shot.
Yeah.
And that has definitely turned this round in favor of PK, as Fear would have been able to come in from behind and pick up a few big frags, but instead now it's Sinister all alone, 4-on-1.
And there he goes. That drops down, and now it's 10-5 in favor of EMG. And now we're moving on to the second half of the first map on Train.
Yeah, writing down the score here in front of us, and it looks like we are going to be moving. It looks like they're going to be moving fairly quickly here, waiting for the ready ups. Again, if you're PK, what do you want to do in the first round, Mark, to come out strong and ready to go?
I would go inside. I mean, let's try out, see what kind of setup they have on the inside. Typically, teams are going to do something, especially because on pistol round you don't have that kind of long range fragging ability you do on gun rounds with like an AWP. So going inside early is going to be probably a smart play here, simply because they have to really worry about outside and the 3 different entrances to outside.
So here we go. Looks like we're going to get started here fairly quickly. Again, the teams haven't gone live yet in the second half. They're just basically shooting it up. It looks like Nothing is AFK in the... Well, never mind. As soon as I start to say he's AFK, he starts moving. So maybe he's having a little bit of computer problems at the moment.
And so it looks like one guy from EMG is going to be coming back in here. So as soon as he rejoins the server, we'll be good to go. It looks like it was Asian. So... hopefully he'll be coming back.
I think his computer was working pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely played very well. I think I'm most impressed with is Fear coming out strong and just
he definitely set the tone
like the way he was. I mean, the guy has kind of been away from the game, not playing in the top tiers.
But let me counter that with Steno, who played even just as well. He may have lost that early one-on-one, but he started the tempo for EMG, and once they got themselves into the match, after Fear did some nice heroics, was able to start steamrolling. So I think that definitely allowed the team to survive that early on. If he hadn't played as well early on, it could have been an 8-0 in favor of PK, which then would have turned into, right now a 8-7 score, which would be a lot better situation for PK with those additional 3 rounds. But again, good play by Steno has definitely set the tempo.
Right, and I think our question of how CFX, XPT, and Amico would play has been kind of answered. I mean, they're inexperienced players who are getting better. And getting their feet underneath them, but still slowly, has to get that kind of skill, that kind of experience, that kind of gameplay mentality built up underneath them. They got to get their sea legs, and so now we're seeing flashes of what could be. I mean, CFX had a couple of really great rounds. Miko and XPT played very well a couple of rounds outside together with each other, and then it's like they kind of stumble, kind of fell apart, so on and so forth. So if they can figure out that key to unlock that door permanently, then they'll be good to go.
Looks like we've got Asian back in the server, but
and
we lost nothing for a second. Now he's back in. So we've got all 10 back in the server. Hopefully we can get started here fairly quickly. Again, all the players got to ready up, and we'll be good to go. Evolution actually asking the players from PK if they are ready to go. No response from the PK guys. Again, switching sides, PK is going to be on the offensive side. EMG is going to be on the defensive side. We'll let you know exactly how EMG sets up in that first round. We had Fear, which we called early on, being in the inner bomb side. He played very strongly there for them. We'll see if somebody from EMG can repeat that performance here in this second half and allow the guys from EMG to walk away with the first map victory. Again, best of 3 maps.
Part of the key early on, the PK, scoring their early rounds, is to be able to take that inner bomb site off the map. But EMG kind of took that away by
being so aggressive
outside,
in the bomb site.
And they forced Fear to make those early rotations, not through the White Halls, but through Z and through the
probably
spawn.
A mute point at this point. But let me ask you, hypothetically, if you had been in the situation where PK was and they had such a strong, aggressive upper bomb site or outer bomb site, and their inner bomb site was being so successful with Fear, what would you have done to counter what they were doing?
What I would have done, I think, would have just been have Fear there solo and placed CFX or Sinister, depending on who was playing it at the time, and just say, look, man, we'll play 1 inside, play 2 outside, play everyone else outside, or stick that lower guy back, all the way back, watching the lower ramp, or sitting in Z watching upper, and just play very passive and shade toward the outer bomb site. If they're not hitting inside, shade toward the other side.
Well, I mean, largely PK wasn't hitting any op shots. We didn't see any op shots go off. So
Sinister was a couple of rounds, and CFX towards the end, but early
nothing
early
that stood out. Yeah, but nothing that stood out even the later game. So I guess the question would be, was sitting back maybe the wrong strategy? We saw one round, and I was going to say something, but we moved past it too quickly. But Amiko and one of the other members of PK were pushed up near the ladder, and they made a great stand with those two guys. I think Asian came in and won that round and kind of made it a mute point, but
yeah, they had a great hold there.
I don't think they did enough of that. I don't think they did enough aggressive play, and I think their sitting back style worked in favor of EMG's aggressive approach because it allowed EMG to get into the bomb site and attack.
Part of the reason why you play passive on the inside site and shade toward the outer site is so the guys outer can play more aggressive because you're there to rotate as soon as possible. Now, granted, that would open them up to fakes and splits, but you got to do what you got to do.
Another question, too, I would have for you, and it looks like we're going to go live. And I'll ask before we get started here. Sinister played the Z Hall the entire time. It seemed like that was pretty formulaic. They knew he was going to be there. Mm-hmm. That allowed them to basically shut down one of the defenders in the upper bomb site by simply, smoking, flashing, whatever they wanted to do, or even putting heavy AK fire down on that. Was that maybe a mistake? Maybe they should have not played a guy in there every round?
Well, maybe. I mean, a little more variety would not have been a bad thing. And here they're going on the inside push, and they're going to run into Evolution up top.
It looks like we've got Asian there in that inner bomb site as well. Che is now coming and rotating, and so is Steno. So it's going to have 4 guys there to meet PK. This attack is not going well, but if it's a fake, it is going well. They haven't decided yet, and it looks like they are going to come back. That's a smart move, but they better come quick because both Naz, Steno, and Che are starting to realize that. They're starting to come back a little bit.
Yeah, but now they're in a long-range fight, Glocks versus USPs. That's not something you want to be in.
And a flash that just exploded in their face right next to the electrical box. Oh, Steno is taking them apart with his friends coming to join. All different sides, and it looks like EMG's defense in the upper bomb site was just too much.
Well, it's not even so much their defense. It was that Evolution stalled that rush long enough to get his guys to rotate. And it wasn't even by fighting him. He peeked, he made noise, and by doing that, forced PK to go to the other bomb site with Glocks down the ladder and
if you're going to do that, you got to have a smoke or something to allow you to get closer. and it really didn't see much out of PK. It looked like a lot of Glock armor there, and that's not going to be good. So PK now saving and running right into the AK of Asian. And Evolution, who comes in and gets 4 of them. Asian starting that out, but Evolution getting it from the long distance on top of the train, a spot made famous by Mr. Fraud himself. So nice little M4 work there by Evolution from long distance, taking 4 out and making it a 12-5 score.
Yeah, and a save rush high on the inside side is a risky proposition. Usually you see people try to rush upper and then drop down, but it looks like they went for an early buy here. Didn't think they planted, so this is really risky on their part.
Couple of quick frags there, but now Sinister's all alone, but nice little move, but he wasn't able to get a lockdown on where Steno was, who had pushed up and got into the upper area there above, and was able to pick him off.
That was risky. They almost pulled it off, though, and now they're
I think that was a risk they had to make, though, because at this point, you're falling so far behind.
Yeah.
It was 12-5 at that point. I like the risk there, although it didn't pay off. I think you would have maybe needed a bomb plan in the previous round to get that extra $800.
Here comes nothing upper. Oh, dear Lord.
That was not good. So now 14-5 as both of these teams, I'm writing down our scores here so we can keep track as well, make sure we've got everything going. And 10-5 half, now 14-5, so 4 straight rounds for EMG. And actually 6 straight if you go back even further into that first half. So quite a little run here for EMG. And again, Chep now pushed up and Asian now playing back. So a little bit of a swap in that inner bomb site. And
it
PK
looks like they're playing by spawns, which would be very.
They're playing the 2 guys in the inner are staying there, and the 3 guys in the outer are playing there. But those guys, as they spawn, are choosing where they play in those sites. So yeah, accurate assessment there.
And so I really haven't seen a lot of whole spawn-based strategies in a while. So this is refreshing.
It's not a true spawn-based strategy, but it is a site-based spawn strategy where you have the guys in the site going where they're playing based off spawn. That's an interesting play style. And again, that shows that the guys from EMG have been able to work together. You normally can't play spawn-based strategies unless everybody on the team is coordinated well together and understands what they're supposed to be playing. But you're right, it looks like Che is now playing. You're right, it might be a pure spawn-based strategy because they switch it up here with Evolution pushing on the inner.
And this is all she wrote. I mean, this
might be it. That's 15-5, and that's going to make it
16-5 right
16-5. Say it. And that is it. Looks like we are going to be moving on to the next map here. It's 16-5, and we're going to get ourselves an instant replay.
Here's Evo running up, getting these frags here.
Picking off one there, and again, going for some more. He's going to get that last one. No, Asian. Oh, no, he did get that last one. A little bit of a delay there on the HLTV, but a nice little instant replay, picking up 2 frags and some help there from Asian up top, who had pushed on the high ramp as well. So good combination by the 2, working high ramp and low ramp together for EMG to finish it off.
We see the power of that spawn-based defense they ran there. You see the power, and you see the power of experience. Like, yes, they were be able to frag, but their positioning was just that much better than what.
And that's a testament to how well these guys have coordinated with each other in a week. Because there's no way you could organize a spawn-based strategy unless all the players are working well together as a team.
Right,
and it can fail horribly if they aren't.
When I was calling strats and leading my team, the most frustrating thing was
you called strats?
Yeah, it was bad. You can imagine how that went. So
sorry, I had to hit that one. You walked right into it.
So that's all right. So anyway, imagine, especially because Prodigy and Aztec aren't played, spawn-based strategies aren't necessarily as prevalent as they used to be.
Wait, so the key statement there is not as played, but see, when you played, they were played.
Right, so I don't know.
That's how long ago it was. I don't have room to talk because I've played on Prodigy before, but
anyway, spawn-based strategies are some of the hardest strategies to go because everyone has to be on the same page. They have to understand where everyone goes, and I think it's a testament to the chemistry that this team has and their communication that they're able to pull those off. So, when we're talking about EMG maybe having difficulty with their chemistry, it looks not to be the case at all here because pulling off a spawn-based strategy is just very difficult.